And in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, it's Isiah and I'm here with Connor and TJ. So guys, what teams in both conferences do you think are going to be the sleeper teams for the playoffs this year?
To be honest, I think the big sleeper teams that we're all going to forget this year is going to be the Knicks. And yes, I said the Knicks. When you look at their schedule, when you look at this conference, Eastern Conference is weaker than it ever has been. All right? Even though we just got KD and Kyrie, this is not the strongest Eastern Conference we've seen in a while. And you see this Knicks, I see them potentially getting an 8 seed with the likes of RJ Barrett. You still have Kevin Knox, you can't forget that, and Dennis Smith Jr. So this team, yes, did they do nothing in the free agency? Yes, but they still have a lot of potential on that team, and it's a young core.
You've got Julius Randle. What's it called? A sleeper. I would agree with the Knicks, but for the Western Conference, maybe the Suns, because they got DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Kyle Korver. Everyone knows Kyle Korver, massive three-point shooter. If they all work together, they'll be a solid team and maybe a number 8 seed in the playoffs.
I agree with the Knicks, but I also think the Pacers, last year they got the 5 seed without their leader, Victor Oladipo. Victor Oladipo is going to come back this year, and they signed Malcolm Brogdon. So
Big pickup there,
that's a
50,
big
40,
pick.
90 player there.
Very smart, high IQ. All right. What about, who do you think is going to win Rookie of the Year?
Again, I think Rookie of the Year is going to go to the number 2 pick in the 2019 NBA draft. It's going to go to Ja Morant, the most complete all-around player, the most NBA-ready player. If you look at his game, you don't see any weaknesses in his game. He's strong in every category. He can pass the ball, he can shoot the ball, he can play defense, and he can get you buckets when you need it. As you saw with his triple-double in the March Madness game against Marquette, he's just a complete player. And with the team he has around with the Grizzlies, there's a high chance that they can have a productive season.
I'm thinking RJ Barrett. He's going to the Knicks, 3rd overall. It's obviously the Knicks. Everyone's hating on him. So I think if they do have a good season, it'll probably be behind RJ Barrett.
Yeah. I agree with both of those statements. So let's move on. Next, which team was the most disappointing in free agency this year?
I think it has to be, as everyone's going to say, it's going to be the Knicks. You know, you trade Kristaps Porzingis, you get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s contract, and you get Julius Randle, who's a good player, but the likes of you guys saying you're going to get Zion and KD and Kyrie, and none of that happening and disappointing your team, and James Dolan now getting hated on, and every single person in New York City, they're just the sleeper team that happened in the free agency, and you really just didn't see any moves they had.
Honestly, I agree with the Knicks, but I think the Houston Rockets, they have not done anything this offseason. Chris Paul wants out, and if he leaves, it's just James Harden. They need to do something before it's too late.
And we'll see what happens with the Chris Paul and James Harden feud going on now.
Yeah, I really agree with Houston. They've been sitting in the same spot in the West for so long. They've always just been behind a team or behind 2 teams. So that's going to wrap up the show. This has been Isiah. That was Connor. That was TJ. Thank you for watching.
Great work, guys.
All right, put the name of the